On a small cliff, a burly man sits cross-legged, leaning on a red-handled sword. Resting on his shoulder, he reminisces. Grasp the very essence of swordsmanship. Before his Shifu passed away, he left him this sword and those last words. Around the Jianshan is a desolate landscape of giant boulders, etched with countless deep sword marks. Over 100 years of wielding the sword, though I've reached the ultimate goal of swordsmanship, the heart sword. But nearing the end, the Jianshan coughs, violently spitting out blood. He looks at his powerless hand and thinks, it's all useless. I regret it. I regret it. The Jianshan slumps forward, his arm falling limply onto his leg. His final thoughts roar. If only I could live without being mad for the sword and live a normal life. A boy lies on the ground, his face bruised, murmuring. Tang Wenquan frowns and asks what? Still talking about being normal, huh? With that, he kicks Tang Yuanming, who is still lying on the ground. He relentlessly curses and kicks. For a son of the woman who ruined the clan, not being thrown out should be considered a blessing, right? Yuanming can't resist this onslaught. Flashing back in time amidst towering mountains, smoke can be seen rising from city walls in the distance. The prestigious Sichuan Tangjia, masters of poison and hidden weapons. Weakened by one of the newly emerged powerhouses of the martial world. The one who disrupted the order of the Ju Pai Nine Sects, the Mo Wang Tianzhu Demon King, Heavenly Lord Yan Zhongge, all because his proposal was rejected. If any woman caught his eye, he would propose marriage. If ignored or refused, he would take them by force. And Yan Zhongge came to the Sichuan Tangjia, Dufeng Poison Phoenix Tang Jihui. He had set his sights on that woman. Battling the crazed Tianzhu, who came to take Tang Jihui. Although the Sichuan Tangjia gathered all their strength and won, but the consequence was pouring out all the clan's resources. The Sichuan Tangjia was set on the path to ruin. Back to the present, on the roof of a hall, a bird chirps loudly. It finally flies away, as a fist lands on Tang Yuanming's young face. Tang Wenquan raises his hand mockingly. What do we do if you faint already? There's still a long way to go. Behind him, several other disciples watch the spectacle. Yuanming grits his teeth and glares back at them. Wenquan steps forward and stomps on him. What's with that resentful look? If you're upset, go blame your Muchin. Bored, the three leave, leaving the exhausted Yuanming thinking, this is my daily life. Yuanming stumbles his way home. Because I attracted the interest of the crazed Tianzhu, the clan was ruined. The hateful words and cruel hands, once aimed at Muchin, have now turned to me. He pushes the door open and a woman immediately greets him. Son, why are you back so late? But as soon as she sees the boy, Yuanming's Muchin Dufeng Tang Jihui is alarmed. She rushes over asking, what happened to your face? What happened? Tang Yuanming just chuckles, haha, it's nothing. But as soon as he finishes speaking, he vomits, making Jihui's face pale. Her eyes well up as she asks immediately, lying, you were bullied, weren't you? Yuanming nervously defends himself. Ah, no, it's not like that. I was playing with some friends and fell. Tang Jihui gently touches her son's scraped skin. What if your face gets scarred? He reassures her. I'll be careful next time. So Muchin, don't worry. Yuanming removes his Muchin's hand. Then he stumbles away, leaving Tang Jihui stunned. She calls after him, son dinner. But Yuanming quickly replies, I'm sorry, I'm not hungry. I'm going to rest for a bit. In the dark room, the boy lies curled up on the bed. Hurtful thoughts surface. I know it's not Muchin's fault, but I can't complain to anyone. Even if I cry out loud, all I'll get back is revenge. He remembers Fuqin died because of this too. Even if we leave the Tangjia who will protect Muchin and me, Yuanming feels endlessly aggrieved. Tears sneak out from the corners of the boy's eyes. If Fuqin were still here, maybe things would be a little different. The morning is clear, but Yuanming's life isn't peaceful. He's being bullied again. Tang Wenquan looks at Yuanming and sneers, kid, pretending. He grabs the boy's hair, pulling him up. Stop pretending, because this is just the beginning. As he finishes speaking, he throws a painful punch at Yuanming's face. Tang Jingyi's group doesn't hesitate to join in making him think resentfully. How long do I have to live like this? Suddenly a voice intervenes. Hey you guys, that's enough, stop it. I've prepared many things to play with Yuanming, but going too far before we even start isn't right. With that, she takes out a box full of needles. Tang Lingling excitedly runs over, holding her toys. Wenquan can't help but sigh. Here we go again. What is she planning this time? Lingling pulls out a needle, saying, since we're about to compete for the position of Xiaojia, Zhu Young clan head, won't we be tested on using poison then? These words make the others widen their eyes. Tang Jingyi understands and immediately turns, using his bulky frame to sit on Yuanming, making him cough violently. He casually says, if the needle misses, you'll be crippled. Be grateful I'm holding you down tight. Tang Lingling approaches with the needle. Yuanming, you little brat. Nobody said we're killing you. I'm just confirming the poison's effect and then giving you the antidote. Yuanming grits his teeth in agony, but she continues. So, don't you dare die! The sharp needle decisively pierces the boy's neck. The poison slowly spreads into his bloodstream, turning the area black. Tang Yuanming is in so much pain, he cries. Lingling cheerfully exclaims, oh my, there's a reaction on the skin already. Yuanming, endure it, you can do it. How long must I endure? The self-questioning voice echoes amidst the pouring rain. Tang Yuanming lies sprawled on the ground. Tang Yuanming's eyes are bloodshot, his face numb and emotionless. He thinks silently, if I just close my eyes like this, it might be more comfortable. Then the image of Tang Jihui appears in his mind. But what about Mu Qin, who will protect her? Yuanming grits his teeth, blaming himself. If only I wasn't born so weak. If only I could fight back against them. He clenches his fists, sobbing quietly. I don't wish for much. I just want to be strong enough to protect Mu Qin and myself. Tang Yuanming screams resentfully into the downpour. I want to live a normal life. At that exact moment, a glowing sword falls from the sky, embedding itself in the ground not far from him. Yuanming looks up in astonishment, wondering, a sword? Since when was it there? He sits up, clutching his arm, but his eyes remain fixed on the object before him. Strange. It's clearly the first time I've seen this sword, but it doesn't feel unfamiliar at all, just like... The boy's arm reaches out and grasps the hilt. A surge of power flows up, bringing thoughts to Yuanming. It used to be mine. Memories flash in his eyes. The Jianshen standing there tightly gripping his weapon, over 100 years of practicing the sword. I've reached the goal. His eyes glare, instantly unleashing sword techniques, cutting mystical arcs. Another swing creates unpredictable sword moves, and finally finishing with a powerful, mighty sword strike. Reaching the pinnacle, just one strike is powerful enough to cause earth-shattering tremors. The Jianshen looks up following his strike to achieve this. How many paths have I carved before him? Now stands a towering stone mountain cleanly sliced in two. Then a red liquid slowly trickles from the Jianshen's mouth. He murmurs to himself, seeing those endpoints, truly hazy. Even having reached the end of swordsmanship, I couldn't stop impending death, so I regretted it. If I could live a second life, I want to live a normal life. The memories flow into Tang Yuanming's subconscious, gradually merging with him. Yuanming realizes, so in this life too, I yearned for a normal life. I remember everything now. I am both the Jianshen of the past life and the Tang Yuanming of this life. The power from the sword and the image of the Jianshen merge. He raises the sword with intense focus, unleashing a strike into the void before him. And then the Jianshen reaches his arm towards the area of light he created. His body gradually transforms into Tang Yuanming's body. From now on, live the life of a human, and Yuanming steps out from that darkness. Early morning dew clings to the lush green leaves. Under the eaves, Tang Jihui rushes out, calling, you were injured like that yesterday, where are you going now? But Tang Yuanming stops her. Don't worry, Mu Qin, because what you're worried about won't happen. Tang Jihui watches, unable to utter a word. Yuanming smiles, I'll go and come back. As soon as the boy finishes speaking, he strolls away, beyond the ancient tree's shade. Tang Wenquan leans against the tree trunk, arms crossed, asking Yuanming, that little brat didn't hide today, did he? Tang Jingyi nods. Let's see. Although we hit him a bit hard, if he doesn't want to make things difficult for his Mu Qin, he'll come. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? He's a gutsy one after all. Wenquan grins. Gutsy. What guts? Tisk doesn't matter. If he shows up, just beat him senseless. If he doesn't gather the others and mock him, with that the two of them chuckle. Suddenly Jingyi turns and calls out, oh, there he is. From a distance, Yuanming can be seen approaching. A voice calls from a tree, really now you're too late. I was worried you wouldn't come. The person deftly jumps down. Tang Lingling waves cheerfully, shouting, Hey, Yuanming, over here, come quickly. On the other side, Wenquan and Jingyi mutter to each other, Crazy girl. Tang Yuanming walks forward without a word. Opposite him, Wenquan does the same. He speaks up, Heard from Lingling, you suffered quite a bit. But how come you still look unharmed? At this point, he can't help but frown. Tang Yuanming coldly replies, Just that much won't do anything, Wenquan. These words leave the other three stunned. Wenquan points mockingly, Hi, yesterday you were whining in pain, and now. Then he growls, All right then. Just that much, huh? Guess you need a bit more beating, Jingyi. As soon as the words are out, Tang Jingyi cracks his knuckles, grinning with relish as he steps forward. Suddenly Yuanming speaks Tang Jingyi. Pahind, Tang Lingling. Hearing this, Lingling claps her hands together. She gleefully covers her face, laughing. What's this? Yuanming is calling us by our full names. Oh, Yuanming today wants to die, huh? She concludes bluntly. Tang Lingling turns and asks, Wasn't yesterday's poison enough? Let's use double today, okay? Wenquan helplessly replies, Why are you asking me that? Jingyi on this side has already swung his fist, demanding, Why are you ignoring the person right in front of you? Before the punch lands, his face is grabbed, reversing the momentum in an instant. Yuanming slams Jingyi's head horrifically into the ground. Everything happens so quickly that Wenquan and Lingling can only stare wide-eyed mouths agape. What? He took down Jingyi in one move. Tang Lingling covers her face, stunned. Didn't he not learn martial arts? How did he become like this? Wenquan anxiously replies, I don't know either. Tang Lingling, still speechless, hears Yuanming say, If you guys can, why couldn't I? He growls, You said you're participating in the competition for Xiaojiaju, right? With just this much strength you want to compete. Yuanming walks step by step towards the other two. Tang Wenquan grits his teeth, wondering, what this brat? In just one night, he seems like a completely different person. Calm down, Tang Wenquan. That kid Jingyi was taken down because he was careless. I've trained for years for this competition. How can I lose to someone like this? Thinking this, he rushes forward. In his hand is a short saber aimed at Yuanming. Wenquan shouts, Let's see if you can still say those words when you're beaten by this level of strength. But at that moment, his saber is blocked. Yuanming effortlessly shatters Wenquan's attack. He speaks to the astonished face of his opponent, so this is the level of the participants. Wenquan is instantly knocked backward, his body twisting. Yuanming concludes the battle for the clan head position. It's clear, even without competing. The Andu Dian Dark Poison Hall was originally both the residence of the clan head and the place where major clan matters were decided. It now serves as the meeting room for the Zhanglao Yuan Council of Elders. Someone speaks up. Everyone has gathered. Let's begin. It seems the children participating in the competition for the Xiaojiaju position this time have been preliminarily selected. Let's make the final decision on whether Du Feng's son, Tang Yuanming, will participate, although he hasn't officially stated whether he will participate or not. At this moment outside, Yuanming is dragging the unconscious Tang Lingling behind him. This sight startles the onlookers, but inside the Andu Dian, the voice continues steadily, but we know he's always been openly beaten by other children. Even now he has no achievements. I intend to remove him from the competition. Does anyone object? One elder questions, but isn't Tang Yuanming the flesh and blood of the previous clan head? Another also voices an opinion. If we eliminate that child, won't the legitimacy of the future competition become an issue? Tang Shiying, the Sanjianglao third elder, replies, Although I know what you want to say, but letting a kid who hasn't even learned martial arts participate in the competition, lowering the standard, isn't that a bigger problem? He rests his chin on the back of his hand and continues, Even if he's the previous generation's blood right now, isn't he just a burden to the clan? Just then, a figure bursts through the door. The elders inside look out in surprise. Yuanming stands there, face cold. Tang Jihai sees this and exclaims, Tang Yuanming. Tang Shiying, displeased, says, Tang Yuanming, do you know what you're doing? Yuanming retorts, I know, that's why I came. In the middle of the conference room, two astonished words echo what? Now Yuanming brings forward the person he was dragging. He grabs Tang Lingling's head, lifting it to reveal one poisoned side of her face and bright red eyes. This image shocks Tang Shiying immensely. Yuanming speaks up facing them. All this time I have endured much injustice in the Tangjia, but now I don't intend to endure it anymore. Suddenly some people clutch their heads and shout, "You did this to a child who will participate in the competition for the Xiaojiaju position." Another criticizes, "Don't you know that harming participants in the competition is a serious crime?" Tang Yuanming calmly replies, "I know the clan rules well, but what does the struggle between competition participants have to do with it, right?" Tang Jihai widens his eyes, wondering, what did he say? Above Tang, Shiying growls, "Tang Yuanming, what did you just say? So you really intend to participate in the competition?" Yuanming nonchalantly says, "You're missing something, sir." Shiying frowns, "What?" The boy replies, "You need to check the empty lot outside the clan gate too. I came here after carrying out the Tang Jia's clan rule. Payback double avenge tenfold towards Wenquan and Jingyi, who bullied me every day." After hearing his words, the room falls silent. Shiying's bony hand clenches. "Fine, since you've proven your qualification, you will be allowed to participate in the competition." Voices of protest rise. "Elder, this can't be. Isn't this abusing the exemption from serious crime, the privilege of a competition participant?" "That's right. Ignoring legitimacy, he will become a threat to other participants." Shiying waves his hand to silence them. "No, allow him to participate in the competition." Hearing that, everyone cries out in disbelief, "Elder." But he continues with his decision, because he's that confident. He came here like this, didn't he? Why stop a legitimate child who has proven his qualification and volunteered? Tang Yuanming, I hope you have the strength to match that confidence. If you cannot become the Xiaojiaju, you will pay the price for today's actions. Shiying growls, while Yuanming stands firm, unmoved by the invisible pressure. That evening in the simple house, Tang Jihui wonders, how could something like this happen? She clutches her hands to her chest, asking again clearly, "Participate in the competition for the Xiaojiaju position." Yuanming earnestly replies, "It's necessary, Muqin." Jihui is also startled, thinking that decisive voice. It's not just impulsive anger or a slip of the tongue. She looks at her son's determined face, Yuanming, a name given with the meaning, to live long at all costs. I just thought he was a child, but since when did he have the powerful aura of a grown man? Jihui kneels down, taking Yuanming's hand. "I won't ask how you cultivated your inner techniques or how you overwhelmed those 3 children, not just one. Just answer me this." Her voice becomes serious. "The Xiaojiaju competition. Are you confident?" Yuanming smiles, clasping his hands. "Who is your son?" "He is the son of Dufeng." Tang Jihui's eyes well up, "Son. You've really grown up." Muqin is very proud. With that, she embraces Yuanming tightly. He hugs her back and thinks, so this is Muqin's embrace. In the future, I also want to protect a normal life. He thinks of the malicious elders, anyone or anything that obstructs this life. "Look, I will eliminate them all of them." His eyes show immense determination. A month later, a voice asks elder sister, "Are you just going to leave it like this?" Tang Jihui walks alongside someone trying to persuade her. "The competition for the clan head position isn't child's play. Don't you know that, elder sister? It's just a waste of time." Jihui smiles dismissively. "Just leave it be. The boy has his own thoughts, as you've seen, younger brother. He's not the type of child to cause trouble without a plan, right? The other person has to agree, true." He recalls the scene at the Undu Dian earlier, the scheming, the thoughts, the composure. Tang Jihui, the Anwang Duija Dark King squad leader, scratches his face and remarks, "Anyway, it's unbelievable that a teenager of this age possesses such things." He suddenly hesitates, but aside from that, his current appearance. Tang Jihui smiles and asks, "Are you worried about the boy, younger brother? Until now, you and the An Wang Dui Dark King squad have been protecting Yuanming, and you're also concerned about my Yuanming regarding the competition. I sincerely thank you, younger brother." Hearing this, he replies, "What the boy did was already very skillful, so he had to step forward himself, right? At this point, I can't help but have expectations for Yuanming. Anyway, even without special training, it should be fine, right?" At this moment in a certain hall, Tang Yuanming sits meditating in his room, his mind wandering, "What I've done so far. Eat the proper meals Muqin cooked, get enough sleep." and use internal techniques to readjust the disrupted meridians. Now, it's not necessary to simply hone strength and technique. He looks at his own body for me who has awakened my past life and reached the realm of a Jianshen. These things are things I can start any time. But training the body, the vessel for that martial power now, is the right time. Yuanming presses 2 fingers onto the wooden floor, following his thoughts. Age, still under 12. Not many impurities accumulated in the meridians throughout the body. When the realm increases, one naturally undergoes bone transformation and body reshaping. He swings his body up, spreading his legs, his entire body now supported by just 1 finger. Yuanming smiles confidently, but then the body is also a crucial foundation. To adjust the balance, I need to rest and supplement the necessary nutrition for the body's development now. That's enough. Yuanming leaves the room looking at the shining night sky. On the day of the competition, Yuanming puts on a new robe, clasps his hands and bows. Well then, I'm going now, Muqin. Tang Jihui, her eyes swollen, replies, Okay, you must be careful. Tang Jihai also bows, elder sister. Take care of your health. Tang Jihui nods, waves her hand. Okay, I was very happy to see you again, younger brother. After that, he leads Yuanming away, saying, Let's go. Tang Jihui behind watches her son's receding figure, feeling emotional. Traveler, our son has grown so tall. If only you could see him too. She smiles proudly. At the Anwangdian Dark King Hall, people lead their children and grandchildren inside. Just then, a plate of hot cakes is brought out. You arrived too early. Yuanming takes a cake and chews, blaming himself. The Anwang Duiju is away conducting the competition, so now I have to wait here for another hour before the competition starts. Suddenly a voice calls out, Hey, you, are you Defeng's son? From the entrance, a group of contestants walks in. The one in front shouts, That's right, Tang Yuanming. Are you the one who made Wenquan end up like that? Some among them sneer. No kidding, heard he can't even learn martial arts. Someone like that wants to compete with us. Yuanming looks towards them with an indifferent face. Mocking voices continue. Has the quality of the Xiaojia Ju competition dropped this much? Anyway, we need to enforce discipline. Before the words finish, a strange object flies towards the face of the loudmouth. He falls rolling on the ground, stunning everyone. Hey, are you okay? Accusations fly. That kid dares to use hidden weapons sneakily. Another quickly intervenes. No way, wait, this isn't a hidden weapon. It's just a half-eaten rice cake. Indeed, it's the cake Yuanming was chewing earlier. They wonder, how could throwing it have such power? Someone clenches their fist and shouts, That kid can't let him be. Another joins in. Wenquan only brought 2 people. There are more of us. Yuanming suddenly steps forward, asking, But didn't you hear how Wenquan was defeated? He smiles menacingly, waving his hand. But it doesn't matter. Just try experiencing it directly. Let me add for your reference, Wenquan's arm, even paralyzed, didn't flee. If you guys are also participating in the competition, looking like that, surely you won't run away, right? Hearing this, everyone grits their teeth, glaring at him. They roar, Everyone charge, kill that kid. Then dozens of people immediately rush forward, unleashing techniques towards Yuanming. A palm strike leaves 5 clear fingerprints on one person's face, sending him flying past Tang Jihui, who had just arrived. He wonders in confusion, This child, isn't he a competition participant? Could it be? Something happened. He rushes off immediately. Arriving at the scene, Jihui shouts, Hey kids, what's this chaos about? But seeing the children lying scattered crying in pain on the ground, he becomes confused. What's this? Tang Yuanming pops the rice cake into his mouth and asks, You're here. He sits on 3 or 4 others, complaining, Anyway, I was getting bored waiting. A smile plays on the boy's lips. Jihai's face freezes like wood as he hears Yuanming continue, Don't misunderstand, sir. These guys started it first. Let's just let it go gently, okay, the helpless. And Wang Duiju covers his forehead. In the meeting room, arguments erupt. We can't let this stand. Da Jianglao first elder, right before the competition. So many people get injured like this, and you think it's acceptable. If that kid becomes the Xiaojiaju, things even worse than this will definitely happen. Amidst the noise, Da Jianglao Tang Shizhong calmly strokes his beard. Then a new announcement is made. Let's adjust one rule of the assembly. Outside, the contestants whisper among themselves, how will the competition proceed? A pink-haired girl whispers back, cultivate at Kongdong-shan Kongdong Mountain for 2 to 3 years, and then have one-on-one duels. A purple-haired girl turns suspiciously. Who are you, Tang Liuli, whispers back, because you asked, I just answered for you. Tang Meili is surprised. I heard everything related to the competition is confidential. How do you know? Liuli puffs out her chest. My Fukin is in the General Affairs Department, so I overheard some hints. Information is crucial anywhere. From the hall above, a voice calls out, everyone silence. Tang Jihui loudly introduces, I am Tang Jihui, the Anwang Doija, who will officiate the opening of this competition. From now on, I will explain the order of the competition. The contestants excitedly admire. It's squad leader Ji Hui, the youngest squad leader, so cool. He continues explaining the rules. The competition will last for 4 years. Of those, 3 years are for cultivation. In the first year, each person finds their own suitable cultivation method and practices freely, like dart techniques or hidden weapon arts, or perhaps poison concoction arts. In the following 2 years, under the guidance of the assigned Wuxi martial masters, you will conduct comprehensive training. Ji Hai sternly says, after completing all that, the official competition will begin. The competition method is... Liuli quietly interjects, one-on-one. But just then, Tang Shizhong steps out and declares, Goo Poison Battle. These words turn Liuli to stone. Everyone hears this and panics. Goo Poison. Battle, is it the Goo Poison? We know Goo Poison. Bisa Naudi Xiao Gafi Sa and Digisati Droazen Boash is a method of refining potent poison by sealing powerful venomous creatures in a jar and letting them fight. A Goo Poison battle is an individual competition of killing each other until only one survivor remains. Ji Hai beside them helplessly covers his face, while Tang Shizhong explains, originally we intended to select the Xiaojia Zhu through one-on-one duels. However, due to an unfortunate incident just now, 10 people were eliminated. They recall the scene of Yuan Ming smiling cheerfully over his achievements. If we follow the usual rules, we cannot prevent such incidents from recurring. Therefore, I have changed the competition method so that everyone can display their maximum martial power. Hearing this, everyone turns their gaze towards Yuan Ming, gritting their teeth and thinking, because of that brat Tang Yuan Ming. Tang Shizhong strokes his beard and continues, the Xiaojia Zhu this time holds a crucial position that will shoulder the future of the Tang Jia. It is a noble ritual, betting one's life and challenging one's limits, not a children's brawl. He raises his voice to boost morale, fight, survive, and seize it. The winner will gain everything of the Sichuan Tang Jia, the survivor of the Goo Poison battle. Among the outstanding contestants, Tang Wenquan, Tang Jingyi, Tang Lingling, Tang Shitian, Tang Kelin, Tang Yuanming. Only one person. Yuanming smirks to himself. Tisk. Nothing difficult about it. At the meeting room of the Taiyi Mojian Pai Taiyi Ink Sword Sect, headquarters territory of the Hei Lian Black Seed Lotus in Sichuan Province. Greetings, Echo. Thank you all for gathering. Everyone must be busy with official matters. Please listen to me first. Everyone knows that the Tang Jia recently organized a seed sowing event. One person asks back, you mean the Xiaojia Zhu competition? Another speaks up. According to spies a few days ago, the Tang Jia announced the start of the competition. The host replies, indeed. Right after that, the participants, thus those from the Tang Jia capable of becoming the Xiaojia Zhu, have boarded carriages and departed. They think of the Heizi, Lianzhu Lian Getuan. For now they are still useful, so he lets them be, but Mo Renho glares and continues. It's clear as day that those children are the future of the Tang Jia. Even a slight mishap, and the Tang Jia will suffer an irrecoverable blow. A smile forms on Lu Xuelian's lips. The words of the Taiyi Mo Jian elder are very true. Ye Renki remarks, the Tang Jia, though declined, is still an existence to be wary of, so when is the best time to act? Mo Renho declares, we will do nothing right now. Chasing the carriages now and eliminating the sprouts the Tang Jia intends to nurture is certainly easy, but precisely because of that, it cannot be said that it will cause a truly significant blow to the Tang Jia. The Tang Jia's Xiaojia Ju competition takes place over 4 years. If those children nurtured with such dedication all die in the final part of the competition, then what? Yarenki laughs grimly. That would be the truly irrecoverable blow. Lu Juelian says, like the Zhugejia or the Murongjia. Mo Renho agrees. Let's do that. First just track where the carriages are headed. After 4 years we will begin. I've already ordered the tracking. Not only that, I've planted a small seed. Who knows, the entire Tang Jia might fall into our hands. At this time Tang Yuanming's group has arrived. At Kongdongshan, the location of the Sichuan Tang Jia's Xiaojiaju competition battle. The martial artist leading explains. Although the competition rules have changed, the schedule and order remain the same. He turns back to look. During the competition, participants will be called by number instead of name. Each team will consist of 4 people, and you are Team 7. Therefore, looking back at his team, number 25 is Tang Liuli, 26 is Tang Meili, 27 is Tang Yiquan. There are only 3 people. He immediately asks, "Wait, where's the other one? Where did number 28 go?" Seeing Yuanming strolling in the distance, he shouts, "Number 28, what are you doing over there?" The boy replies, "Sorry, I was lost in thought." The supervisor scolds, "There's no time for daydreaming. Keep up, don't fall behind." Yuanming thinks silently, "I don't sense it from the person guiding us. I sense it from behind. Doesn't feel like innocent passers-by or guards sent by the Tang Jia." He concludes as he rejoins the group, "Seems like we're being followed." Facing a towering rock wall, the contestants hesitantly ask, "Excuse me, instructor, is this really the place? There's no one here." A voice rings out, "State the password for Team 7. The kids clamor, "What is the cliff talking?" The supervisor shouts, "Andu Zhiwang, King of Dark Poison." From the middle, the rock splits in 2, revealing a green light and a voice confirmed. Liuli is surprised by the sudden gust of wind while Yiquan's jaw drops. Meili also watches, while Yuanming remains expressionless. A waving fan appears, "Welcome." From the crevice emerges a figure dressed in a pristine white coat. He smiles and introduces, "I will be the one supporting your competition. I am Zhuge Kang Shen." The Zhuge Jia Zhuge clan, once part of the Wuda Shijia 5 great clans, and also renowned for formations. But unable to stop the intrusion of the Mo Wang Tianzhu, they are currently weakened, similar to the Sichuan Tang Jia. Zhuge Kang Shen leads Team 7 down a path full of blooming flowers. "Thanks to the help of the Tang Jia, my clan was able to struggle and survive. To repay that debt in this competition battle, we won't let outside forces interfere. My Zhuge Jia has assisted with formations. They have arrived in a different dimension." Standing in a blindingly bright area, Liuli sighs in awe. So this is the formation of the Zhuge Jia. Yiquan cries out in fear. Can't grasp time or space. Can it really be like this? While Kang Shen is still leading them, Meili glances behind. She assesses the one at the back, Tang Yuanming. Look at this kid. Not focusing and daydreaming again. Thinking back, he was like this on the carriage too. Back then, the supervisor driving said, "When you arrive, you will be companions for 3 years. So introduce yourselves to each other." Gazes turn towards Yuanming. "You are Tang Yuanming, right?" The pink-haired girl greets, "I'm Tang Liuli. I've heard many rumors about you. Who doesn't know about the fight before the competition?" On the other side, Yiquan also speaks up, "I'm Tang Yiquan. Nice to meet you. You're really famous. You're the one who made Tang Lingling end up like that, right?" The carriage clatters away. Liuli cries out in admiration. "So brave. Do you know her maternal grandfather is the Sanjiang Lao? During the 4 years of the competition, you'll be safe, but..." Yuanming cuts in. "What do you want to say? Because of me, it was changed to a goo poison battle, so I have to take responsibility." Liuli dismisses it again. "The rule change is a bit confusing, but I don't plan on calculating things." Meili interjects, "Well, I really want to calculate it." Yiquan tries to mediate. "Come on now. Anyway, we're a team now." But Meili insists, No, I said I want to calculate it. Look at that expression. She points accusingly at Yuan Ming. Is that the expression of someone who caused trouble for everyone? Then seeing Yuan Ming smile, Mei Li angrily shouts, "What's still smiling?" She harbors her hatred, thinking, although the others let it slide easily, I won't. I prepared so diligently for today. If this brat causes trouble again, I absolutely won't let it go. Lost in thought, she bumps into Liuli in front, letting out a small cry. Mei Li asks irritably, "Hey, why did you suddenly stop?" But Liuli just weakly says, that, Vahamis Kaijabasin, Zhuge Vuren, martial person. Zhuge has disappeared. The whole team faces a cold, empty space ahead. Yiquan looks left and right. He was clearly visible, but disappeared right before our eyes. Liuli anxiously asks, "Where did he go?" Tang Mei Li pales, crying, "I heard if you get lost inside a formation, you can't get out." No way. How could Zhuge Wuren get lost in his own formation? No! Wait, what about us? How do we get out? Tang Liuli tries to console that. Let's just stand still here first. Someone will probably come to rescue us, right? Yiquan replies, "Us? Could it be we're trapped here?" At this moment, Mei Li notices Yuan Ming separating from the group. Liuli asks, "Doesn't anyone know about formations?" Mei Li helplessly wonders, what is he planning to do? No, more than that. Why is he so leisurely? Meanwhile, inside another dimension, Zhuge Kangshen walks along musing. Around this time they must be scared, being trapped in the formation. Inside the Chisuo Huankong Gen 7 locks, illusory sky formation, the pinnacle formation of the Zhugajia. Without the caster, it's impossible to escape. Then he smirks to himself. Anyway, those old folks from the Tangjia are really narrow-minded. Because of just one kid, they had to imprison the entire team. Recalling Tang Shiying's words, as long as number 28, because the Nitoniyantuet disappears, I will double the aid to the Zhugajia. Changshen fans himself, but how could I miss such a condition? He smiles triumphantly. Anyway, even if the competition is unfair, the one suffering, the loss, is the Sichuan Tangjia. My Zhugajia just needs to reap the benefits. Just then, a sound rings out, making him shudder. Kangshen turns around, wondering, a strange sound from the formation. Behind him, a slash creates a huge opening in the formation's invisible wall, and behind it, Yuan Ming's group is poking their heads through. Zhuge Kangshen shouts in panic, How could this be? Yuan Ming smiles and calls out, "Zhuge Wuren, why did you leave us behind and go ahead? We're still young, our strides aren't very precise, so please be more careful, okay?" Kangshen trembles and replies, yes, it's my fault. As he leads the kids, he anxiously wonders, what the formation has no weaknesses. How did they get to where I am? Tang Liuli rushes in, asking Yuan Ming, "How did you do that just now?" Yuan Ming casually replies, "Well, I slashed." Yiquan throws his hands up. "Slashed the formation? What are you talking about?" Tang Mei Li angrily scolds, "Is this the time to worry about that?" She points, "We were lucky to find Zhuge Wuren. Can't lose him again this time. We have to follow." But before she finishes, they realize Kangshen has disappeared again. He disappeared again. Mei Li cries out in fear. Yuan Ming chuckles inwardly. Look at that. At this moment, Zhuge Kangshen's nimble feet hurry through the formation as he curses silently. "Damn it, I'm a Zhuge, and now I'm running away inside a formation." Yuan Ming's eyes seem to follow his every move, but that kid's eyes, they're impossible to grasp. How can a mere 12-year-old child have such an aura? Seeing the light at the end of the path, he rejoices inwardly, found it. The entrance to the training ground. Zhuge Kangshen rushes out of the formation gate. He kneels on the ground, panting heavily. This should be enough. Don't know what method they used, but they won't be able to reach here. Just then, a voice calls out Zhuge Wuren. Looking up before him stands the person in charge of Team 7, Yuanzhen Wuxi. Tang Yuanzhen asks, "You don't look well, sir. Also, I don't see the participants of Team 7. What happened?" Kangshen, still panicked, stammers, that matter. He calms himself. "Stay calm. I've prepared for this question." Changshen explains, "Anyway, it seems Team 7 cannot participate in the competition." Yuanzhen is surprised. "What do you mean by that, sir?" He elaborates, I waited for a long time, but no participant showed up. Perhaps they were attacked by mountain bandits or wild beasts nearby. Kangshen tries to finish the words he prepared. Although I deeply regret it, accidents cannot be foreseen. Anyway, let's disqualify Team 7 from this competition and... But before he finishes, a crack appears behind him. Tang Yuanzhen strains his eyes looking in that direction. Kangshen widens his eyes, screaming internally, "Impossible! The formation!" Yuanzhen asks cautiously, "What is this? Have intruders appeared?" Sangshen quickly stops him. "No, Wuxi. Wait a moment. Let me confirm first." On the other side, the short saber has pierced the crack. A powerful shockwave shatters the sturdy formation gate. Zhuge Kangshen looks back, heartbroken. It's broken, one of the pinnacle formations of the Zhuge Jia. The Qisuo Hankong zhen easily broken like this. Behind it is Yuanming's smirk, the cause of the recent tremor. Both Yuanzhen and Kangshen stare wide-eyed at the person before them. Oh dear, how fortunate, Yuanming grins fiercely. His eyes gleam with a fearsome red light. "I was so worried something might happen to you, sir." Mei Li exclaims in shock. Heavens, that appearance just now was truly unexpected. Breaking the formation with a short sword. How is that possible? Yuanming turns back to explain. Not breaking the formation, just opening a gap. It's about to close, get out quickly. You guys, Yuanzhen speaks up, making them all turn back. "Are you the participants of Team 7, he asks, while Kangshen's face is drained of blood. Mei Li answers, "That's right, but who is this Yiquan?" prompts. "The pattern on the headband belongs to the Tangjia." Yuanzhen lowers his voice. "I was worried you were attacked, as Zhuge Wuren said, but how fortunate." Yuanming asks, back attacked. "It seems there was a misunderstanding about us getting lost. Even so, because you left a sign at the formation entrance so we could find our way, we were able to arrive easily." On the side, Yiquan starts to shout. No, never before finishing, he's stopped by the other two. Mei Li whispers, "Why lie?" Liu Li replies, "There must be a reason." Yuanming looks at Kangshen's dazed face, thinking, looks like he was instigated by the Tangjia. It's just a hunch, so I'll leave it alone. He glares back at the old man. "But if after the competition ends, I investigate and find out you colluded with those elders, then I'll pull out all the roots you'll see, Zhuge Jia." Kangshen fans himself, laughing dismissively. "Ha ha ha. I truly apologize for letting such an oversight happen. Well then, I request permission to check the broken formation." Before finishing, he quickly departs. Now only Tang Yuanzhen remains. "Although it was a bit noisy, welcome. I'm glad you're all safe. There were errors in the guidance. On behalf of others, I apologize." He crosses his arms sternly. "Allow me to introduce myself. I will be the one in charge of training you during the official competition period. Tang Yuanzhen, member of the Feng Wei Dui Wind Guard Squad." Hearing this, Tang Mei Li can't help but exclaim, "Feng Wei Dui, I heard they disappeared a decade ago." The Feng Wei Dui, the martial force directly under the previous generation's Xiaojiazhu of the Tangjia, is one of the powerful elite forces of the Tangjia. Each member can rival a squad leader. Mei Li turns to look at Yuanming, who is picking his nose, thinking the previous Xiaojiazhu was Du Feng, Yuanming's Muqin. If so... Suddenly Yuanming speaks up, asking, "But why aren't you at the Tangjia, sir?" Mei Li grits her teeth. "Haven't seen him before." Tang Yuanzhen reveals, a decade ago, to protect Xiaojiazhu Du Feng, who was once our master, a decisive battle to the death erupted with the Mowang Tianzhu, and we suffered a crushing defeat. His face is filled with resentment. Our current fate is because we couldn't protect our master, so we are merely criminals. Behind Yuanzhen, countless other teammates appear. Introductions end here. From now on, I will explain the competition rules. Listen carefully. On the side, Yiquan looks back questioningly. "Criminals. Decision." Yuanzhen continues his speech. "The first year is free cultivation time. You will cultivate according to your own suitability and can receive martial arts manuals or guidance based on your achievements." Tang Liuli naively asks, "If so, the thing known to have been used in actual combat against the Mowang Tianzhu, the secret technique of the Tangjia Wan Tianhua, you myriad heavens flower rain, is that also possible?" Yuanzhen shatters the girl's dream. Wan Tianhuayu is only passed down to the one who will become the Xiaojiazhu. Although not perfect, the essential secrets are being passed down from the elders. Yuanming ponders Wan Tianhua. You heard it's a technique that releases countless hidden weapons, like a storm. He recalls his previous move. Seems similar to sword control technique. Can I imitate it? Yuanzhen explains again, the one who becomes the Xiaojia. Zhu will be taught each essential secret of Wan Tianhua Yu by the elders. I also cannot know if one can execute Wan Tianhua Yu through that. Enough idle talk. From now on, focus on cultivation. Team members are free to train together or individually. Liuli wonders. Excuse me, Wuxi, where will we juniors stay? Where do we sleep? Yuanzhen casually replies, naturally you fend for yourselves in this forest, isn't that right? You didn't think you'd have a cozy place to sleep while cultivating, did you? He tilts his head. Comfort cannot make you stronger. Behind Yuanzhen, whispers are exchanged. It was like that in my time. Kids these days. Currently unable to reach a certain realm, adapting to harsh environments is naturally the priority. Yuanzhen hasn't finished speaking, but raises his hand to knock the heads of the chatterboxes twice. Then he concludes, now from now on each person judges for themselves and begins cultivating, if qualified. Suddenly a voice speaks up. Yuanming nonchalantly calls out, then we get a comfortable place to sleep, right? Sleep is important for development. For juniors, adapting to the environment of this forest is unnecessary. Hearing this, everyone shouts, what did you say? This crazy guy! Tang Yuanzhen remembers that arrogant brat. Is he the child who broke the barrier earlier? Testing strength is naturally good. On this side, the whole group has rushed to tear Yuanming apart. You insensitive thing! What the heck are you saying? Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Yuanzhen decides, all right, if you pass the test, I will let you stay at the manor inside the formation. But if you disappoint, he growls, then prepare yourself, number 28. Yuanming retorts readily, a promise is a promise. Yuanzhen starts arranging good. The test is simple. The squad members will spread out in all directions and throw hidden weapons at you. If you strike back or dodge it within 5 steps, it ends. It will begin after you are blindfolded. Yuanming ties the cloth around his own eyes. From various positions, the squad members ready darts in their hands, ready to throw them at the boy. Meili's group watches, unable to help, worrying. Is this possible? Moreover, why isn't anyone moving? She realizes with shock, could it be? They're aiming for that. As time passes, the feeling of pressure intensifies. At this moment, countless hidden weapons are thrown by the squad members. They fly like pouring rain, moving on separate trajectories, converging on Yuanming. He focuses. My senses tell me 167 darts. Yuanming smiles confidently. Though it's many, it's simple. Tang Yuanzhen widens his eyes at this sight. Yuanming's short saber swings up, blocking the incoming darts. First, though many ignore it, martial arts aren't just techniques, but also contain what's called profound principles. Simply put, the principles of Zhong Heavy Kwai fast, Huan changing in superior martial arts. There's Po break, San scatter, Qian forward, Duan sever, Rui sharp. Though I grasped these profound principles through the swordsmanship of my past life, it's simple for Yuanming now. The skills Yuanming just unleashed leave everyone wide-eyed in amazement, but it's just training. For those who haven't grasped it, this is already a shock. Yuanzhen grits his teeth worriedly. With just one move, he deflected all the hidden weapons. No, it's clear it wasn't collecting, but pulling them back. Liuli speaks up, bewildered. What are we seeing? Yiquan cries. Just one swing of his hand and all the hidden weapons. Even I had to hastily dodge. Yuanming removes the blindfold and asks, past right. Yuanzhen thinks worriedly, the truth is, even it isn't certain. Yiquan asks Wuxi. Yuanzhen Wuxi, he shouts to pull him back to reality. Yuanzhen coughs dryly. All right, the result is in thinking inwardly this matter. Anyway, it seems a monster has appeared. He looks at Yuanming calmly, flipping the short saber, and declares, past, you can go to the manor to rest. Yiquan is dumbfounded. At that level, of course, it's acknowledged, Liuli murmurs. So jealous, Meili points and scolds. Hey, are you planning to abandon your teammates and enjoy comfort alone? Yuanming looks towards them, thinks for a moment, then flashes an irritating grin. He puts his hands on his hips and laughs loudly. Oh my! At the manor, the taste of rice must be completely different, right? Ah no, they don't distribute rice in the forest, do they? Truly something to look forward to. The other three kids cry, but still rush to hold Mei Li back. That bastard, aren't you going to stop? Yuanzhen watches this scene and murmurs, luckily the other team members haven't lost their will, but it seems before the competition even starts, it's become a destined battle. Anyway, this child, Yuanming walking stops and says, ah right, no matter what make sure to add meat, need to eat well to grow properly. Yuanzhen concludes, perhaps he will revive the Sichuan Tangjia once again. Amidst the vast forest, wolves greedily devour their spoils. They tear into the carcass before them. Suddenly a strange sensation hits their brains. The strange smell makes them cough uncontrollably. Then they collapse simultaneously. At that moment, three figures leap from the bushes, weapons in hand. That night on the cliffside, firelight flickers from a cave. Liuli cheerfully says, good thing the paralyzing poison prepared beforehand worked. Yiquan agrees. Yeah, from now on, just doing this will be fine. They praise each other, Yiquan. You really have a talent for making poison, huh? Your dart technique isn't bad either. The three kids sit listlessly, waiting for the meat to cook, their faces gaunt. They reflect, it's been 4 months, the first day we were busy running away. Why did the first thing we encounter have to be a bear? Because we couldn't hunt anything, we had to gnaw on roots to survive. When we succeeded in our first hunt, everyone cried their eyes out. Though it's quite high up, at least the shelter is finished. Yiquan sighs. Yuanming must be living comfortably now, huh? Mei Li immediately growls, don't mention that name, he stubbornly says. Even so, I'm still curious. But she's burning with hatred, curious about what he's definitely just eating and lazing around alone, what else? She imagines a bright future, just wait and see that brat. If I get to the manor, I'll stomp on him immediately. Yiquan can only console, all right. Then he silently recalls, his appearance a few days ago was already so outstanding. If he continued cultivating until now, how strong would he be? Suddenly Mei Li shouts, hey wait, where did all the meat here go? Before the campfire now the skewers of meat they just hunted are gone. Thus the gazes of the two turn towards the person behind them. Tang Liuli lies sprawled out sighing, ah, so full. Completely oblivious to the danger before her, she casually says, hey you guys, the firelight is blocked. Can you move aside a bit? Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? From the cave echoes hateful screams. You don't know and you still ask, you pig. At this time at Kongdongshan, the manor inside the Qi Suo Huan Kong Chen. The dark courtyard is empty except for one young man surrounded by countless others. Yuanming glances around. Members of the Feng Wei Dui stand opposite him in defensive stances. Tang Yuanzhen orders begin. Instantly, the squad members throw darts, rushing towards Yuanming, but he skillfully leans back to dodge. The attack hits empty air. While they are still mid-air, Yuanming raises his knee. A palm strikes across the face of that squad member. This move causes the others to quickly rush towards Yuanming. Countless sharp blades aim at the young man, but Yuanming doesn't flinch. In the blink of an eye, he disappears from their attack, leaving everyone surprised. Then from above, Yuanming jumps down from the void. He pulls out 4 golden rings from his person, puts them on his fingers and says, good, this is the time to test a new move. He smiles as he channels energy into the rings on both hands. The squad members whisper, he's coming. Yuanming waves his hands in the air. They watch in astonishment, hidden weapons scattered in the void. Indeed, small rings along with 2 sharp spikes are flying chaotically in the sky. One man wonders, isn't that just throwing randomly? But the teammate beside him is grazed by 2 lines across his shoulders. Blood spurts out as his body falls. He cries out in panic, but before finishing, he himself takes 2 full hits. The other squad members look up, only able to lament sword fragments. So fast the eyes can't keep up. Yuanming suddenly shouts, return. Hai Chuan Luan Wu Biao, returning fist, chaotic dance. Dart following his command, the hidden weapons change, trajectory slashing decisively at the opponents several more times. Tang Yuanzhen sees this scene with great disbelief. Impossible. The trained squad members defeated in an instant. Moreover, that wide-range attack. Its power was controlled just enough to only graze the skin of the squad members. He asks, "The technique just now? Did you create it yourself?" Yuan Ming indifferently replies, "That's right." Yuan Zhen examines the hidden weapon in his hand. If caught, it won't be easy to escape, huh? Truly an excellent technique. May I ask the name of this technique? Yuan Ming answers Senior named it Hui Quan Luan Wu Biao. Yuan Zhen understands. I see. Using Hui Quan Luan Wu Biao must consume a lot of internal energy. How did you manage that? Yuan Ming recalls a few days ago this junior asked the Wuxi to bring manuals on eye techniques. Yuan Zhen invites indeed. There's To Tian Yan, Heaven Piercing Eye, and Shi Liu Yan Execution Flow Eye. Shi Liu Yan is incomplete, so I recommended To Tian Yan. Yuan Ming suddenly speaks. This junior has achieved great mastery in Shi Liu Yan. These words startle Yuan Zhen. Great mastery in Shi Liu Yan. Although it's the oldest eye technique of the Tangjia, the essential secrets were lost. How? Meanwhile, Yuan Ming continues explaining, though the secrets are missing, one can see. This eye technique is a superior martial art. If throwing hidden weapons at the openings, seen with Shi Liu Yan, even with little internal energy, one can still throw accurately at the desired point. Yuan Zhen sweats, thinking a scene that couldn't be more surprising, so he means he figured it out himself and supplemented the missing secrets. Finally, he sighs, "It seems it's time to tell you. 2 months later, your teammates will arrive here and will be tested under the same conditions as you." He thinks of Yiquan Liuli and Mei Li diligently honing their skills. Actually, although they've proven enough strength for testing, they said they'll train a bit more before coming. Yuan Ming smiles and asks back, "Is that so? Truly something to look forward to. I wonder how strong those friends have become." Yuan Zhen watches his receding figure, sighing inwardly. Seems he's worried about his teammates too, huh? Surely he doesn't need to know he's being used as a training target by those kids. At this moment, Yuan Ming looks up at the sky, wondering destiny. Destiny in the past life only involved my Shifu Zhengui sword demon. Now, regardless of origin or conduct, I've built connections. Isn't this considered part of a normal life? He gives a relieved smile, talking to himself, though I don't know why I want to meet them soon. Meanwhile, outside the cliff, Mei Li's arguing voice still echoes. "You ate everything," Liu Li stammers back. Sorry, I just kept eating." "Didn't notice?" Yiquan interrupts to mediate. "That's enough. After 2 months, we'll also be at the manor like Yuan Ming." At this, Mei Li screams, "I told you not to mention that damned bastard's name." Night eventually fades. More time passes. Steady footsteps approach. The first day of training, we were just monkeys. The remaining members of Team 7 all carry determination, filled with fighting spirit, along with Mei Li's words. But the US now possesses strength on a completely different level than back then. She laughs grimly. Yuan Ming, that brat. Thinking about meeting him again makes me really look forward to it. Liu Li pouts in agreement. I'll split his head in two. Only Yiquan, though grimacing fiercely, wonders, is this really right? They shout loudly, "Down with Yuan Ming team, 7 will definitely win," startling even the members of the Feng Wei Dui. He looks at the kids thinking, what happened scary? At the manor inside the formation, a threatening shout rings out. "Tang Yuan Ming, get out here right now." Mei Li wonders why is it so quiet. Then she grins confidently. "Ran away." Liu Li clenches her fist. "What a pity, I was planning to smash his head." Mei Li suddenly frowns, turning her head to ask Tang Yiquan, "Why haven't you said a word all this time?" She freezes upon seeing the scene before her. Yiquan is currently being held in a friendly headlock by Yuan Ming. The two girls turn pale, hearing him tease, "I hid to surprise you. What about the head?" Yuan Ming flashes an irritating grin, so cute. Gentle sunlight shines down on the Tangjia courtyard. Yuan Ming speaks to the still stunned Liu Li and Mei Li. "What are you doing?" He grins mischievously, one arm around the terrified crying Yiquan, the other hand pointing towards the two girls. "Are you going to smash my head or not? You have to show me the results of your half-year training, right?" He says half-jokingly, "Or should I go first?" Mei Li quickly waves her hands. She and Liu Li hastily say, No, we were just kidding. Just kidding." Mei Li frowns worriedly, thinking, before turning around, I didn't sense his presence at all, even though my senses sharpened living in the forest. Suddenly, an arm slams hard onto Liuli, making her jump. Mei Li watches Yuan Ming holding Yiquan and Liuli tightly in his arms. She sighs. Is the difference in strength this much? What has this guy been doing all this time? She stares intently at his face again. Moreover, he got taller, and his face too. Then suddenly realizes something is wrong. Mei Li blushes, thinking, what am I thinking? Could it be because I only saw animals in the forest, so seeing a human now feels new? Yuan Ming speaks up, pulling her back to reality. Don't be too discouraged. From what I see, you've gotten much stronger compared to before. He adds, confidence clear on his handsome face. It's just because I'm here that your halo seems dim. After saying that, he even smiles brightly, ignoring the judgmental looks from Yiquan and Liuli. That excessive confidence leaves Mei Li frozen, thinking helplessly. That arrogant attitude still hasn't changed. Dusk has fallen. Inside the lit house, a voice asks, is everyone gathered? Around the round table, 6 men sit gathered. They greet an old man who just entered. You're back, hall master. It's only been 6 months. You look tired, sir. The person they are greeting is Zhuge Kang Shen, the hall master of the Zhuge Jia. He says, well, then let's get straight to the point. In your teams, is there anyone worth using? One person speaks up immediately. The noteworthy participant is number 2, showing remarkable growth compared to other participants. Number 2 here is Ling Ling. He recalls her powerful appearance during training, more than the desire to become strong or to survive. It's like harboring intense hatred towards someone. It seems number 2 uses that emotion as motivation. He observes Ling Ling, seeing her red eyes filled with resentment. Another person says, if discussing potential winners, we cannot exclude number 10, Kaylin. He continues, only 1 month and already passed the Wushi's tests. Lively discussion ensues. Someone asks, are there no other candidates? Another adds, from my team there's number 18. Only Kang Shen remains silent. He rests his chin on his hand, thinking with worry and fear. Certainly number 2 and number 10 are talented. He shudders, remembering Yuan Ming. But after experiencing number 28, those two seem too ordinary. He recalls the time the boy walked through the formation with his 3 friends. Breaking the formation and getting out was already surprising. I used the formation to secretly observe him. Then, when spying on the training scene, I was even more astonished. Number 28 displayed skills that even decent experts couldn't perform. But then old Kang Shen muses. However, considering number 28 as a target to pull in is too risky. Perhaps he already discovered my schemes. Suddenly someone asks Hallmaster, you don't look well. Are you all right? Startling him out of his thoughts. He thinks for a moment there's no benefit in stirring things up without reason, then forces a smile and replies to the other person, I'm fine. It's because my side doesn't have any extraordinary children. Ha ha ha. Thinking this, he decides remove number 28 from the discussion targets. What we need is a puppet that can be controlled. Then discusses with the others. Let's pull in number 2, shall we? I will introduce my grandchild. My grandchild is a famous figure. He talks about Ling Ling Herd. Number 2 has an ugly appearance due to facial injury. Moving the heart of such a child will be difficult. The hallmaster laughs slyly. If we help that child win the competition and become the Xiaojiaju, then marry my grandchild and produce an heir. He continues with a cunning expression. Then the Zhuge Jia will officially become relatives of the Tang Jia clan head and will have the authority to interfere in Tang Jia matters. He boasts about an unbelievably beautiful prospect, like that the right to speak in the Tang Jia will increase, gaining benefits, eventually merging our clan with the Tang Jia. This is why we support the Tang Jia's competition. Everyone hears his reasoning and nods, thinking it's a good idea, he concludes. Now, in summary, it will be like that. Meeting adjourned, everyone stands up to leave. Kang Shen still feels regretful. Missing out on number 28 is a pity for that potential. If he survives the competition, I'll use revenge as bait to appease him. Or adopt him as a foster son and give him the position of Xiaojiaju of the Zhuge Jia. Thinking this, he laughs heartily in satisfaction. Isn't that killing 2 birds with 1 stone? Early morning Liuli and Mei Li are already out on the training ground. Darts hit the bullseye. 3 darts jostle each other within the red dot of the target. Mei Li rejoices, raising her fist in celebration. Perfect Liuli claps, applauding. Mei Li thinks silently, living at the manor we train harder. Although the training quota doubled, the sleeping quarters are much more comfortable. She turns to ask Liuli are Yiquan and Yuan Ming in the concoction room again today. Mei Li hears this and looks blank. Is that okay? Yiquan is the best at concocting poison. Mei Li hears this and looks blank. Is that okay? Yiquan is the best at concocting poison. Inside the poison concoction room, Yiquan excitedly shows off the bowl of poison he just made. See, this is the poison I poured my heart into making. With this much, you can't underestimate me anymore. Suddenly, Yuan Ming picks up the bowl of medicine. Yiquan asks blankly, "What are you doing now?" Suddenly, Yuan Ming pours the entire bowl of medicine into his mouth, making Yiquan panic and shout loudly, "Why are you drinking it, you crazy guy?" He relentlessly shakes Yuan Ming, shouting, non-stop, "Spit it out quick, you guy. If you keep this up, you'll die." Yuan Ming puffs out his cheeks, his face turning green like banana leaves. Yiquan sees this and panics. Poison. The poison is already taking effect. Yuan Ming burps out a puff of green poisonous gas. He wipes his mouth and speaks to Yiquan, who is rolling on the ground, clutching his eyes. "Ow! Why do you keep shaking me?" Suddenly, Yuan Ming shivers slightly. He laughs. "Hey, the poison is weaker than I thought." Yiquan hears this and jumps up. "What? That's poison that melts internal organs if you drink it." But seeing Yuan Ming still unharmed before him, he asks blankly, "But how are you still fine?" Yuan Ming grins despicably. "Let's see now." He continues, "Isn't it because the poison you made is pathetic?" That successfully infuriates Yiquan. Screams echo from the concoction room. "Why don't you just die?" Mei Li says helplessly. "Don't know how, but it probably wasn't pretty." Liuli agrees. "Yeah." Yiquan looks on wearily as Yuan Ming drinks his poison like fine wine. "Don't drink my poison like it's alcohol, okay?" Yuan Ming looks at the empty bowl and says, "Is it finished? Don't feel any different." Making Yiquan shout, "There's nothing for you to eat, you damn bastard." Yiquan slams his hand on the table defiantly. "Damn it, why isn't it effective? Could it be your Wandu Bu Chin, immune to 10,000 poisons?" Yuan Ming hears this and thinks slightly different from Wandu Bu Chin. Du Yao Qing Guangji Poison Spirit Azure Light Technique is both a Tangjia heirloom internal technique and a skill everyone in the Tangjia possesses. It's an internal martial art using poison, but strangely, the user can also be poisoned. Named Poison Spirit, with poison using internal energy. Conversely, shouldn't it also handle absorbed poison? He smiles, just as expected. The poison entering my body converted into internal energy and accumulated. Within limits to me, poison is no different from spirit medicine. Looking at the bitter Yiquan, he feels helpless. But this is also a realm achievable after mastery through understanding. But those who think poison is just a weapon can't achieve it just by hearing the explanation. He thinks seriously. Now with weak poison, I can't increase internal energy anymore. I need stronger poison. Images of the evil old elders flash through his mind. He resolves, before I can live peacefully again, there are still many villains to eliminate. Those elders. If I decide now, I can deal with them any time. But He Xielian or Mo Guangtian, if I fight either of them, I can't guarantee victory. Though I don't have ill fate with He Xielian, his strength is enough to split Sichuan province, so he can't be underestimated. The Lianzhu destroyed 3 places among the Jupai called a rare genius. If it were my past life self, I could face him, but my current self cannot. I must become as strong as my past life to live properly as a human. He compares his large, powerful past self with his small current self and draws a conclusion. He looks over at Yiquan slumped over the table listlessly. If Yiquan could concoct poison several times stronger than now... Yiquan sighs dejectedly. Ha! If only I could concoct the Tangjia Shedu 10 poisons of Tang Clan. Hearing that, Yuan Ming quickly asks, Tangjia Shedu, what's that? Yiquan hears this and scolds, Aren't you the previous clan head's flesh and blood? What exactly do you know? But still explains to him it means the 10 strongest poisons passed down through generations. From Yi-Du, first poison, to Shi-Du, 10th poison, the higher the number, the stronger the poison. But I heard the concoction methods are now more than half lost. It said, Shi-Du is a poison gas that kills even powerful Huajing transformation realm experts. The remaining Shi-Du are managed by the branch family elders. Yuanming hears this, jaw dropping in surprise. Even Huajing experts, even the Huangu Duotai bone transformation body reshaping realm can't touch it. He rubs his chin, grinning mischievously. That's exactly the poison I want. He asks again, so, Yiquan, you can't make sure. Du Yiquan hears this, too tired to argue but still answers. If everyone could make it, would it still be Shi-Du? I already said the concoction methods are lost. Yuanming rubs his head, feigning innocence. What a pity. The poison you make doesn't affect me anymore, making Yiquan furious. This guy really is. In short, Shi-Du is so dangerous that it's normally forbidden to use. Even for you, drinking it would make death hard to avoid. In the dark night somewhere, a hand tightly grips someone's neck. Lingling is being choked by a large guy. That guy is emitting black smoke, likely because he was poisoned by her. Shitian growls in pain. What the hell did you do? As he speaks, he coughs out sparks. Cough. Lingling frowns, smirking contemptuously. Say that again, what about my face? Shitian's eyes, ears and mouth emit sparks. He rushes towards Lingling, but before touching her, his fingers turn to stone and crumble. Lingling stares in horror at his shattering hand. His entire body turns to stone and crashes down, shattering. Lingling is terrified. In an instant, only dust remains. She laughs cunningly. Is the power of the poison received from my grandfather really this strong? This is Tangjia Shi-Du. She lifts the hair covering her other eye, revealing a terrifying smile. Ha 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 ha! She recalls the image of Yuanming stunned before her, a long, sharp stick in his hand. The agony I endured that day. I can never forget it. Wind rises. Lingling brushes her bangs aside, revealing half a face and a terrifyingly demonic eye. Laughing hatefully, this fury and agony, hold it in, and I will release it all in the goo poison battle. Yuanming. Under the blue sky, a voice rings out. So half a year has passed. Yuanming's group stands before Yuanzhen, the instructor in charge of Team 7, listening to his instructions. You have trained in the forest for quite some time now. Naturally, during this process, you have made much progress. But speaking frankly, you still need many more experiences to perfect your martial arts. After this training phase, I will select a team leader for easier training and management. Liuli and Mei Li hear this and ask back, you mean selecting a team leader, sir? While Yuanming doesn't pay attention, just yawning widely. Yuanzhen continues, temporarily yes. Later when you are more mature, then we will designate the official team leader. For now it's just temporary for easier management. He speaks with a serious expression. Though temporary, it's quite important. Later there will be the goo poison battle. You will have to send a representative, the team leader, to participate in that contest. This is an honor, but also a challenge for all of you. But the battle in the goo poison competition, no matter what, is very dangerous. But if you win or display talent, you will gain the attention of the higher-ups in the Tangjia. Understand? Liuli asks again. So that means each team only sends one member. The team leader, also known as the best, not all members, right? Then answers herself. That's right too. If all members went, what descendants would our Tangjia have left to maintain the clan? Mei Li hears this and turns. Of course, participating in this competition, the one with the most potential is Mei, number 28, Tang Ming. That brat can be considered the strongest among us, while Yuanming remains clueless. Yiquan also turns to say to Yuanming, you're not only the team leader, but can also be considered a candidate for the championship in this goo poison competition, Yuanming. Yuanzhen seriously considers all right regardless. This is just a temporary division. You are still young and haven't fully developed your talents. Later when you're older, we'll discuss it. So number 28, Yuanming will be your team leader. Any objections? Seeing no objections, Yuanzhen concludes, since no one objects, number 28, step forward for me. He presents an opened box containing a round white pill and says, "This is a medicinal pill. Take it." Yuanming asks blankly, "A medicinal pill? Sir?" Yuanzhen looks at the pill in his hand and says, "Indeed, a high-grade pill of our Tangjia. It is Tianxin 1 Heavenly Heart Pill." He explains Tianxin 1 is a spirit medicine only the Tangjia can refine. It's made from many herbs, but the most important ingredient is the root of a ginseng plant several hundred years old. When consuming this spirit medicine, the user will absorb its medicinal power and their internal energy will increase by 2 to 3 levels, based on individual absorption. Liuli, Meili and Yiquan hide behind Yuanming, looking at the sparkling pill, exclaiming together in amazement. Impossible! How could he be given such a precious internal energy-boosting pill by you, sir? Yuanzhen explains, "Of course, he is the team leader representing the group in the goo poison competition, so he must have more privileges than others. The future of the Tangjia depends on future generations like him." He sighs inwardly. "After witnessing you in the previous challenge tests, I have placed high hopes on you, Yuanming." He encourages him, "Remain calm. When your spirit is in its best state, use this Tianxin 1 pill to increase your internal energy." Suddenly, Yuanming speaks up, asking, "Excuse me, sir, does the team leader receive any other rewards?" Yuanzhen is taken aback by his question, what Yuanming repeats. Simply put, the team leader will participate in this dangerous competition. So does the Tangjia have any other rewards to help us? This pill admittedly increases internal energy by 2 or 3 levels, but I'm still young. My internal energy will increase much more later. Using it now doesn't have much effect. Therefore, I want to ask if there are any other rewards. Hearing this, the other 3 are utterly speechless. Yiquan snaps, "What the hell, Yuanming? Are you crazy?" Liuli is equally shocked. "An internal energy-boosting pill, you think it's like daily rice to just ignore it like that?" Meili says irritably. "If you're not using it, I'd be happy to take it. How about giving it to me?" Yuanzhen vaguely guesses Yuanming's intention. It seems he doesn't want this Ling Xin 1 Spirit Heart Pill, a pill every martial artist dreams of, yet he refuses it so bluntly like this. Truly strange. He asks him again, "All right, I understand your meaning, so what do you want?" Yuanming straightforwardly says, "Naturally, besides hidden weapons, the Tangjia also has poison." Hearing this, Yuanzhen's eyes widen in surprise. Yuanming seriously says, "Potent poison is what I desire. I want to obtain the Tangjia Shidu." Yuanming looks at the neatly arranged hidden weapons on the table and sighs. Indeed, one of the 2 important things of the Tangmen Tang sect. It's the second thing I mentioned that's deadly. Meili beside him places a hand on his shoulder. "You talked about hidden weapons, so he gave you this stash of hidden weapons. As for Tangjia Shi, you probably won't get a share." Yuanming answers her, "Just saying it for the sake of it. Tangjia Shi is practically a top-level secret, only known to the Tangmen higher-ups. How could insignificant juniors like us obtain such a thing? Therefore I had to settle for using hidden weapons temporarily. Better than nothing." Meili angrily throws a punch, but Yuanming nimbly dodges, but his face still looks provoking. Meili madly rushes in, punching, relentlessly complaining, "Damn it, I'm so mad! A rare internal energy-boosting pill. You don't want it. Instead, you take these hidden weapons you can buy at the market. What gives?" But Yuanming dodges them all. Seeing this, Liuli quickly says, Hey, he's the team leader. He'll risk his life participating in the goo poison battle. Therefore, he knows what he needs. Right now, our internal energy is still low. Increasing it by 2 or 3 levels doesn't make much difference." Yiquan also chimes in, "Well, I think the higher-ups in the Tangjia are very happy with your choice, Yuanming. All is well, didn't lose a single pill, and in return gave you a bunch of cheap hidden weapons." Meili gasps for breath, while Yuanming calmly says, "Who do you think I am? I haven't returned the Tianxin 1 to the Tangjia yet." He says just one sentence, and the other 3 freeze. 6 hours earlier, Yuanzhen hands Yuanming a box and says, "The hidden weapons you wanted, take them. I've put them all in this wooden box. You think this is worth more than the Tianxin Wan pill? Do you need to reconsider, Yuanming?" He says, "True, I was a bit excessive asking for Tangjia Shadu. That request probably can't be granted." Yuanzhen sighs. "Just as you said, how could you possibly possess Tangjia Shadu? And I see among the team leaders, you're the only one wanting to trade a pill for poison." He subtly dismisses him. "You've gotten the hidden weapons, now you can go." He replies, "Yes, this is enough for me." He turns to ask Yuanzhen, "But there's something I want to ask you, sir." He's slightly surprised, but still replies, "Okay, ask whatever you want." Yuanming asks, "So what will you do with that medicinal pill?" Sir Yuanzhen answers, "Needless to say, do you think I can take it? Of course, if it's not used, it's returned to the clan's medicine room." Yuanming refutes the thought that he would keep the pill, saying, "I don't think so. But to not waste that pill for us juniors, I have an idea. How about you listen, sir?" making Yuanzhen's head fill with question marks. Yuanming explains to his three teammates, "As I said, that pill hasn't been returned to the medicine room yet, because my suggestion was if any team member has the strength to defeat their team leader, that person will receive the pill." The three hear this and gasp in surprise. "What did you say?" Meaning he agreed to let us test our strength against you to get the Tianxin Wan pill. Indeed, Yuanzhen had agreed to his proposal. "All right, hearing you say that sounds fine. Consider it boosting the kids' fighting spirit to strive higher, because anyway, this pill is also used to increase manpower for the clan's future. Therefore, the more strong juniors, the better." Yuanming repeats Yuanzhen's words. "That's how it is. So you guys should train hard to get that pill. But regardless, before the goo poison great battle, you need strength. That's when the position of reserve team leader will be re-elected. No one stays to hear Yuanming finish. They rush outside. Mei Li says, "All right, I'm going to practice my unique hidden poison weapons." While Liu Li says, "I'll go practice goo poison," Yuanming looks at the rushing kids and chuckles, truly naive children. He watches the kids and smiles happily. "In the future, I will strive to become the Tangjia clan head. Then, rest assured, I will give you many opportunities to restore the pills and top-level secret techniques of our Tangjia." The kids shout, "Hey, Yuanming, come out and spar with me," making him mad so fast. It's already been a while. The kids urge him, "Come out quickly, I'm ready to defeat you." Yuanming can only sigh and walk out. "All right, I'm coming."